Okay, so now we'd like to talk about different applications. Now we're a bass player, we're a guitar player, we're playing chords, we're playing different styles. So now I just would like to show you a little thing where we combine three elements: playing the bass line, playing the chords, and then doing a little soloing on top. And it would go something like this. So you can see how much fun playing bass can be, and that took either 6 hands or 3 people to do. So what you may want to do is get together with a couple of your friends and try some trio playing. It's really a good way to bounce ideas off of each other. Okay, on this lesson we'd like to speak about playing with the drums or playing with the rhythm section. Now in rhythm section playing, the drummer is your best friend, and it's very important that you listen to 2 primary things: his kick drum and his snare drum. And a lot of different drummers put the kick and snare in different places in relationship to each other, and sometimes it takes a little bit of getting used to playing to a certain drummer, one as opposed to another. I've had experience playing with some of my favorite drummers, Phil Collins, for instance, who has a very interesting placement of all his grooves, Jeff Porcaro, John Robinson, some of my favorite drummers who are almost like metronomes, but each one has a different place where they put the beat. And it's very important that we listen at all times to the drums. I had a chance to spend some time with Cannonball Adderley before he passed, and one of the things he said before he died was that one of the most important things we can do as musicians is listen. And with that, what we want to do is listen to the drums and just see what the pattern the drums are playing. Now this is a normal R&B pop kind of pattern, and you notice what the kick drum is doing, and you notice what the snare is doing. So the obvious thing to do would be to match the kick drum, which would be, that would be the first obvious thing that you could do. Now I'm trying to get more creative. We could do something like change notes. Now note values have a lot to do with it as well. A short note, for instance, now that's playing exactly what the kick drum is doing. But you can think to play in between the kick drum. For instance, if you wanted to play now that's one approach. Another approach is to play a more guitaristic kind of part that would sound like this. So as you can see, there are many different ways of approaching the same kind of beat. And also I was playing with my fingers as opposed to popping. Now many of us have great popping technique, and I find that some bass players tend to maybe overuse the popping thing just a little bit, so you might want to be careful not to walk around with your thumb stretched out, although there's some great grooves with that. Actually, in the beginning, when Larry Graham was around, he did it out of necessity because he was playing with his mother and there was no drummer, so he had to learn how to slap. But fortunately now we have drum grooves, and it helps us in our slapping techniques. Slapping with the thumb, pulling on the G string with the forefingers, a little hammering on the left hand, groove in E, bass player's best friend. Slapping and pulling and hammering. Sliding. A little faster. A little faster.